Did I tell you I became a relationship coach because of my relationship?
So you were a relationship coach. Oh, so you're the best person to tell us about
Not
marriage.
anymore.
Why?
The coach got played.
We all dream of a love that lasts, yeah? But what if it doesn't? What if those promises that you had actually fade away? What if that partner you had is nowhere to be seen? And we've seen relationships having a different set of challenges. Today, we are talking about all of them. And if we miss out anything, you're welcome to comment about it in the comment section. Now, today, I'm not doing it alone as usual. We have a beautiful lady, Teddy, that will share with us her story. She lives in Dubai, she's a life coach, and she's as well a content creator. We will drop her details in the comment section or in the description. So go and follow her, check out her content. But before that, let's just welcome her on Magna Treasures, the podcast. Hey, Teddy.
Hi, Charity.
Good to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Before we dive into the story and your lessons, we want to get through some icebreakers. If you could describe your love life in a movie title,
Wow.
what would it be and why?
Okay, you're gonna help me find a title, but this is how I would describe a movie.
Okay.
It started like a good beginning. The guy was into drugs. He was shot. Oh, maybe he was taken to jail. He didn't come back.
Yeah. Dear viewers, can you tell us the movie that can look like that?
They can tell
That
us the
is
title.
literally
Yeah.
your love life.
Oh, maybe Pablo. Have you heard of Pablo Escobar?
No, I'm not really a movie freak. That's the problem.
Okay.
But they will know.
Yeah, they know.
What's one thing about relationships you believed growing up, but experience has changed your mind about it?
I thought when you find someone, you love each other, like you love each other genuinely. I thought it would be the same throughout. But I got to realize that people fall out of love. And sometimes they don't have control over it. It just happens. And there's nothing to do about it.
Okay, if you could send a one sentence text to your younger self before she fell in love, what would it be?
Love is not about chemistry. It's not about I like him. We vibe. It is so much
We
more.
rhyme.
It's so much more than that. Because at the end of the day, love is not enough. Maybe you can help me. What would you tell to the young Charity? I changed the tables.
You're very smart, huh? Should I give you this podcast? I think it's more like the same. Most of the times when we are falling in love, we focus on love as boyfriend and girlfriend in the dating. We never think of the future.
True.
Of what's going to happen. If he's a good boyfriend, is he a good father? Is he a good man? We don't look at the qualities of actually the man we have. We fall in love and that's all.
Yeah.
We don't have anything we follow.
Yeah.
We think it's all about love. But then when you get into marriage and the relationship grows stronger.
Tables turn. Yeah.
Because eventually he might be a good boyfriend, might be a good fiancé.
But not a good husband.
But they did not mark your qualities of a good husband.
Absolutely, yes. I agree.
So I think I learned before going into a relationship, I now have a list.
You do?
Sorry, I do have a list. Because it doesn't have to be really perfect.
Yeah.
And when I give you my list, I want yours as well.
What you expect from me as a woman.
Because it's a two-way thing.
I love that.
It's not a one-way thing. It's not about you, it's about both of you.
I see.
The podcast is not mine. Let's dive into the story.
Okay, thank you.
It's so good that you come to share your story. It's not very easy for people to come out and share their story because probably they are scared of who will hear it. But does it matter?
Not really.
Yeah. Not really means maybe.
No, actually, I'm such a fan of your podcast.
Aww.
And being here means a lot to me. I've learned a thing, in fact, so many things on your podcast. So I believe that someone who's going to be listening to this podcast would learn a thing or two as well.
Today we basically want to touch redefining relationships, and we want to hear from the beginning. And I know you told me part of it, but I just want everything, the juice, spill it.
Like
how does
everything?
it begin? Yeah, how does it begin, your relationship? Did you come to Dubai with a relationship already, or it started from Dubai?
Actually, I was single. Yeah.
So tell us about that relationship in Dubai.
Okay. It was such a beautiful relationship.
Okay.
Picture perfect. We used to be couple goals, I should say.
Did you try to get other people married because of the inspiration from your couple?
Oh, did I tell you I became a relationship coach because of my relationship?
So you were a relationship coach. Oh, so you're the best person to tell us about
Not
marriage.
anymore.
Why?
The coach got played.
The coach got played. I love that. I love that you repeated it. But you still have the wisdom though. Why? Okay, tell us the story why the relationship coach got played. Where does it all start?
From 2016 to 2021, it was a perfect relationship that got into a marriage. We had a customary marriage.
Okay.
In 2018.
Okay.
So we had our first child and then our second child. And so we decided as a couple that I should go back home to take care of the kids, and my husband would stay here
to work.
To provide.
Okay.
That's where the whole wahala started.
That's where the relationship coach got played. Tell me about that. Okay. So he comes back.
It is so sad to say that he left me pregnant, but I saw him again when my son was 3 years old.
So he didn't come back home for the 3 years?
Never, he didn't.
But you were married?
Yes, we were.
What reasons was he giving?
He would say it was work.
Okay.
But I believe it wasn't just work, because I found out eventually that he had moved on without telling me. At least he would have given me signals, like, babe, I moved on. You should as well.
You think they will come straight really and tell you, babe, I moved on? That's very insensitive.
If you
Nobody's going to do that.
Charity, if you love someone, you give them an option. Like, I moved on. You should if you want to. Okay.
So tell me about, how do you find out?
Charity, always our instincts will always tell us what's up.
Intuition.
Yeah, but we don't want to listen. So I could feel it. I could feel something was wrong, but I didn't want to believe it. I mean, we were not only a couple, but we were best friends. Everybody knew this was my guy. So why would you come for my guy? I thought I was just overreacting, but nigga was gone. I mean.
Okay, so tell us, how do you find out he's gone? So he left you pregnant 3 years. Your son is 3 years.
Yeah.
The other one is how old?
5.
5. Okay, so what happens? How do you find out?
Like I said, the communication was there, provision was there.
Okay.
But as time went on, communication stopped. And Charity, to be honest, you have a wife. If you really love your wife, why would you leave her by herself for the next 3 years when you're just in the UAE, where you can get a flight for 5 hours and get home for 3 years? And the fact that we had a public affair, people would tell me, they would tell me what's up, and I would ask him, and he would say no. But when I came back here to the UAE, that's when I knew that it was completely over.
Wait, so you come back to the UAE, you leave the kids back home. What was the mission when you coming to Dubai? Was it to work or to see this man?
I came to get my man.
I have come for him.
Let
me go see who's got this man.
It wasn't about let me go see who's got this man. I knew he was mine, and I knew that whatever he was doing in the moment, if I was here, he would stop it. I mean, anyone in their normal senses, would stop it.
We like to have the normal senses. We like to want the other person do the things that we think that should be done. Okay, before we go there,
Yeah.
so you decide, I'm going to go get my man.
Yeah.
Did you tell him?
I did.
And what did he say?
In fact, I made the first attempt like 2 years ago. He said, "No, babe, you can't leave the kids behind. The kids need you." And he really sounded like a dad who
A
genuinely,
caring dad,
yeah. So I aborted mission
Mm.
and I stayed. But then when I felt like things weren't going well, I was like, I really need to work on my marriage. If it means me going get my man, I'm going to do that. And finally, I told him, you know what, babe, I'm coming. Of course, he tried to stop me again, but I told him I have made up my mind, so I'm coming. And what he told me on a phone call, should I say it?
I don't know. You did.
Anywho, he said, you know what, babe? No, he called me Teddy, actually.
Oh, that day.
Yeah.
That day wasn't
Say,
babe.
Teddy, the only thing that we have in common right now are the kids. So if you're coming on here, you're coming on your own. And I was like,
This was just out of the blue.
we didn't fight, Charity. We didn't have any arguments. We were good. Like, not good.
But there was nothing, no sign.
Yeah.
So he said we have just...
Yeah, just kids. And I thought he was kidding. So I booked my ticket in the next 1 week and I was
That
into...
was serious.
It was.
You're like, this is more than serious.
Yeah. And I expected to find him at the airport with flowers waiting for me.
The person calls you and tells you all we have
Here's
is
my man.
Baby.
Right? So
Now, wow.
delulu. Yeah. I was so delusional.
Okay. So you board and then get to the airport.
And then he wasn't here. He wasn't there. And
did he know that you're traveling there?
Yes, he did. Because my family is in touch with him. My friends, we have... Like, this guy wasn't just the dad of my kids or my husband. We were besties.
Okay.
So he would know everything about me and I would do the same about him. So he knew I was coming. So I ended up going to my sister's place. And that's when I knew...
You carried your suitcases alone?
I
went to the sisters, or your sister came for you?
My sister sent someone to pick me up.
Pick you up. Okay.
Yeah.
You go to your sister.
Yeah, so now I knew that shit was real.
That's when you got to know.
Yeah.
All right. You call him up. What happens?
I didn't, but of course my sister told him I was here and he didn't want to know. Like he said, she probably needs time. I'll contact her when I'm ready.
Wow. She needs time to process it.
Probably, yeah.
Did you at this point know that he's living with a woman?
I knew, even before I came, because I could get the information, honey. I could get the information. So I knew he was staying with someone. But what I knew was he wouldn't choose someone else over his family, over his wife and his kids. I didn't see that coming. So when he didn't come to me, I knew he had made a choice. Like, he had made his choice. And that's the point where I decided that I need to move on as well.
You move on?
I chose to.
How was it?
Hard. I would cry every day, every night.
Did you at some point think he's going to come through?
I wished. Sometimes you hear the delivery guy on the door. I would hope he was the one.
Oh,
I know.
That he's coming to...
Yeah, to say sorry or... Delelu. So, Charity, a guy can fall out of love with you completely.
You didn't know this?
No.
You told me he was your first love?
He was.
Poor guy.
It's okay. We're good. Everything happens for a reason.
Get married to your first love. That is rule number 1.
I see.
Me and you, we can't stop laughing.
We can. We should, actually.
Okay, back to the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, guy has left.
Mm.
What was coming into your mind? Like, what was your plan? What do you think would help you be an
Now,
escape plan?
okay. To be honest with you, Charity, I had built my entire life around the relationship, around this marriage. Because everything that I did, it's like my marriage was my identity. I had built my career on it. Being a life coach, I pivoted into relationship coaching because of my relationship.
Oh,
People would call me and ask me, how do you do it? Blah, 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 blah. I didn't have magic. Like, well, I didn't know much, but because of how they used to portray it, they thought I had a secret, which made me go into training so I could help them better, not just from my experience, but from an, how should I call it? From an expert way, maybe? Yeah. So,
you just wanted to incorporate in the expertise
yeah.
of
Yeah.
relationship, but you were definitely basing on what's currently happening
Exactly.
in your life.
Exactly, yes.
So now the relationship coach has been
The coach got played.
he got played.
Yes.
What happened now when the coach has gotten played? What was in your mind?
Shame.
How do I go back?
Shame. First of all, people know what's up. Like, people always know. People can be nosy. Being the kind of person who used to post every day, I used to post my ex and he used to post me a lot. Like, we used to be all over the timeline.
Wait. When you were going into this whole thing before you came to Dubai,
Yeah.
you guys were posting each other.
Yeah.
Even when
No. That period when he started a relationship, everything ceased. Like, I wouldn't even see my leg on his status. Even a finger.
These days we are posting only
Oh
the
my
thing and saying, "This is my husband."
I would see nothing. And I would be like, this guy, what happened? Like, what changed?
Okay.
Anywho, he was
So
yeah.
your healing journey.
My healing journey. So because of the shame, because I felt like I needed to rebuild my life,
Okay.
I had no choice. Now I have 2 babies at this moment. Well, I must say he's a good dad. He provides for them, but I kind of feel like I am on my own right now. The dreams that I want to achieve, they're on me.
They're all in.
I don't have a team in the moment, so I have to do everything in my power to get the life that I want by myself. And that is one thing that motivated me to rebuild and be strong. I had to be strong for myself.
We want to just dive into the things that actually made you strong in that particular moment. You know that now you're alone, your man is gone. Yes, he's a provider, but at some point you're like a single mother because you're not parenting together. I don't like to use that narrative of single mother because sometimes it's more like I'm doing everything. But then we've said this guy is a provider.
He is.
And I like the fact that, people sometimes say single mother, but when the guy is actually providing what they have to. Do you see yourself as a single mother?
No.
Okay.
We are actually good. I believe we are more of good parents than partners.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you carry on with the parenting?
We do. Yeah, we do. And he initiates most of it.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Do you think it's part of him trying to come back?
I would say yes, but then at the end of the day, I feel like he's genuinely a good dad. He loves his kids. So maybe both.
Maybe both. Let's go back to the healing bit. What helped you in the healing?
Charity, I had no choice.
Life hits you and you feel like, what choice do I have?
I didn't have a choice because, first of all, I had given up on my dreams for the marriage. Like, as a woman, I felt like I needed to sit home and take care of my children. So I had to quit work. Okay?
Back home.
Okay. And the things that I was passionate about, somehow I gave up on them. And now I feel like it was my chance to relive the life that I always wanted to. Because he seemed so happy living his life without me. And I had to find ways of being happy by myself. And
did you sorry to cut you off.
it's okay.
Did you ever see them together?
No, I did not see them together, but I
How?
would see pictures.
Or pictures of them
Yeah,
together?
pictures of them. Yeah.
But you were in the same city.
No, he actually got a transfer to a different city, but the lady was in my city, and she would sometimes take pictures of me and videos of me and
When
share.
you were just
Yeah, and share them.
without you knowing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Was this in the process when you're healing and trying to get
Yeah.
your lives together?
Yeah. Actually, I don't know if I've mentioned it because they got a misunderstanding with a chick. She
Oh.
got so he played me. He was played as well.
It was a tit for tat.
Yeah.
Did
so
that make you happy?
kinda.
Honestly.
No, like honestly, no.
Why?
Because this guy gave up so much to be with this woman.
So why are you feeling for the other woman?
I'm not feeling for the other woman. I think I feel so much for this guy
You
because
still love him?
no, I don't.
You
I
still
do
care
not.
for him?
Yeah, I do.
Mm.
Just like a human being. Because if you would leave everything for somebody else and then somebody takes that for granted and you can't get back what you lost,
He deserved it, not so?
I don't know.
Ah, Teddy!
I don't know. They would have been happy because he's not getting me back anyway.
Okay.
Like they would have been happy.
Did he try to come back?
Absolutely, yes. But I'm not a rebound.
You're not a rebound. Like,
No, I'm
if
not.
things fail, I will come back to you.
Yes, you made your bed. You chose between me. You took her. Then why are you coming back? It doesn't work like that.
So even now, you cannot go back.
No.
Are
No.
you sure?
Charity.
When we leave this podcast, we will bring you guys back.
Charity, if
Yeah.
I ever go back to him, if I ever, then I don't know. It would be good, honestly. I don't see myself back with. Not that he's a bad guy. He's a good guy. Not for me.
Sometimes.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a great guy, but not for me.
Okay. All right. So now that you've really told us the story, and you still have the knowledge of a relationship coach, we want that.
Do I? Do I?
Late. You still have the knowledge. How do you really feel taking up being a relationship coach, and you feel powerless now to share? Why do you think you feel powerless to share about relationships?
At this point, I feel like relationships don't have formula. Like you can say like A plus B, it's going to be Z when it comes to relationships. And I feel like the only thing that can work for people in a relationship is when both of you are on the same page. Because if you do everything it takes when the other party is not into it, you're wasting your time.
So you guys were not on the same page?
We were on the same page at the first place, like in the very first place. But as time went on, he opened a different chapter and I was on page 1. Introduction, actually.
I recently interviewed someone and he said, make sure the person you are in a relationship is actually in a relationship with you. You might find yourself alone in the bucket. So yeah, that kind of makes sense. You've shared a beautiful story and I like the fact that you went through it quicker.
No,
and
it
you
wasn't quick.
It was a short story. It doesn't have a lot of lengthy conversation, and which means you guys were really in love. But then out of love was so abrupt.
Yeah.
You didn't expect it.
Yeah.
And he moved on quickly.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that you moved on a bit. Was it quick? How long did it take?
Because I knew that my husband was involved in a different affair 3 years ago. So it wasn't abrupt. It's like everything was preparing me for the things that happened within the whole 1 year that I was. Charity, imagine being married to a man who never came to you for the next 3 years, okay? And then you moved to him and he still didn't come to you.
Oh, yeah.
Do I make sense? Okay. So it was very painful.
Very.
And I can't say that I moved on so quickly. No. Like I was literally nursing my wounds 3 years back. So coming here was like just how should I call it? Like was just like the blindfold and now off. I'm seeing things the way they are.
I feel like you had kind of embraced it already
Yeah.
by the time you came here. You were just confirming.
Yeah, I should say yes.
How long did it take you to know that this is not my man and I'm moving on?
When he came to apologize.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he has done a couple of
How did
times.
he start?
Yeah, it's dramatic because how do you do that?
Did you rebound?
Yeah. I hate to admit, yes, because I thought probably
My marriage is redeemed.
like maybe I can do something to save this. I had to shrink myself. In fact, I had to go look for him.
Oh!
Yeah, he came looking for me. Because I fumed out. Like I was so angry with him.
Was
So-
it on a call?
No, it was physical. So we couldn't talk. So when I had calmed down, I was like, maybe he had something to say. So I went to him. But the more I spoke to him, is the more I realized that this is not going anywhere. Kalas.
It was done. What do you think you get from your story? Now let's leave it. So you have made it clear you don't want to go back. You're not doing this again. What do you think you learned?
I think I had some part to play in all this.
Okay, that's a good part.
To be honest.
What part?
I think I always thought that he would act like I would. I thought that the way I would do things, he would do the same things, like he would do things the same way. Instead of letting him tell me his opinion about a certain thing. You get what I mean?
Did you communicate these things that you wanted him to do?
We would. This is a general opinion, not just the moment that we broke up. It's just a general opinion in the whole relationship and marriage. Like, I don't know. I think battery low. Battery low. We need to charge.
You came with all the battery charge. I
Well-
charged your battery properly.
We're talking like you're going to put it in the podcast.
It is there. Okay, tell me. So sometimes we have uncommunicated.
Expectations.
This is what I learned a lot from relationships.
Yeah.
Women, we tend to do a lot of things and we think men will revert. And sometimes men don't know that you need that.
Yeah.
Did you think you communicated that clearly or you expected it?
Okay. Sometimes I feel like if maybe I called him and I'm like, okay, Han, even though you couldn't get me a ticket and a visa, I am coming on these dates, but I'm expecting you at the airport with some flowers.
Hey.
Probably he would. But what's that?
No, but that's a time when he had communicated that he's not with you.
Yeah.
You know, there's a statement that says when people show you who they are, you believe them the first time. Now, that might not work in a relationship because you're in love. But I feel in your part that he told you.
Yeah,
told
he
you
did.
and said, but you didn't believe him.
Yeah, I didn't. I thought this guy is drunk. He's probably drunk. Like, or maybe someone is putting him on a gunpoint. Like, he can't tell me that. He's my man. We are rolling till death do us
You
apart.
guys vibe.
Who doesn't know us?
Okay, so you had a part to play in this.
I did, definitely. Even though I don't know which part exactly. But loyalty, I was 100%. Supporting, I was 100%. I don't know. Maybe we should bring him on the podcast.
Oh,
I'm kidding you.
bring both of you.
So I really don't know the part I played. Maybe I loved too much. I was so into it too much.
You all do your life.
Yeah,
around that.
and yeah, but we're good. I mean, guys, we're good. Life goes on.
All right. Anyway, thanks for sharing. We just have a few minutes, and I want us to have hot seat questions.
Okay.
And I wasn't ready to share them. I wanted to give you all the 10. Then somehow the spirit was like, be fair to this relationship coach that got what?
Played.
Be fair. Don't just give that away.
Okay.
So the first one is, I want you to be clear on what's the biggest lesson your last relationship taught you.
People fall out of love. Someone can love you today and tomorrow you mean nothing.
What's one mistake people keep making in relationships that they don't realize?
We fall in love for different reasons. I mean, for wrong reasons, I should say. We think love is enough to build a marriage or a relationship, which is wrong.
What is enough?
What do you mean, what is enough?
But you said love is not enough. So what is not
Oh,
enough?
I
My
see.
people need to know. How can they need those relationships. Everybody needs a lover.
Yeah, like love is important, chemistry is important, but alignment, oh, you told me that before the podcast.
I really feel like alignment is a big deal. If you don't dream the same, darling, it's gonna break.
Yeah.
If the man is not leading and you're following his vision, it's gonna break.
Yeah.
It's very important, alignment.
Yeah.
If someone is in love, but their partner is showing red flags, it's coming.
Okay.
Should they stay or leave?
Please. Where can I kneel?
Run for your life.
Please. Believe them. If someone starts making you feel like you're crazy, you're like, am I crazy to think like this? You know, am I tripping? Honey, you're not tripping. It's real.
Leave.
No, maybe no, but
Maybe talk about it.
yeah, address it immediately.
What's a relationship myth that people need to stop believing?
Myth.
Hey.
Till death do us apart.
Oh my God, come on.
I don't know.
It's not a myth.
I don't know.
Do you want the church to close this?
Oh, please, Jesus.
Till death
I'm
do us
sorry.
apart?
Another woman can do you apart.
Hey, it's not only death. that
Exactly.
do you apart.
Money can
That's
do
where
you
it's-
apart.
That's where it's coming from.
Long distance can do you apart.
Yeah, and I thought these other questions are yours as well. Now I'm scared.
Get ready.
What's the hardest truth about love that people don't want to hear?
Love fades.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not believing that.
Love fades. Believe me.
Love will never.
Actually, when you're in love, I want you to enjoy it. Like, embrace it, enjoy it while it still lasts.
Because it might disappear.
In thin air, pew,
I think love really fades.
you do.
All right, time for your turn.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now Charity, your dear host, is in the hot seat. And these are the questions that I've got to ask her.
Don't be too hard. I will cut this. I'm not editing this video. Okay, go ahead.
There is a Luganda saying that says, like, do you have some Baganda here?
I'm sure.
Lw'oyagaliza kitaawo. Hey, okay.
I'm on Chiga, madam. Forgive me.
Please help us translate.
Okay.
If a man says he's not ready for a relationship, should a woman wait or walk away?
What?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me? When a man tells you, like, what are you doing? Just run for your life. Leave.
Easier said than done, Charity.
No. See, I understand women can be so emotional, but I believe that when a man tells you, and sometimes these men communicate, by the way,
Yeah.
we just become too emotional
True.
and we get invested into people that don't love us. I agree. Don't get me wrong. Some people are hurt, but sometimes the man tells you, no, like you, the man calls you.
He was drunk.
It was. I think you tell yourself.
Or
he's
maybe
drunk.
on gunpoint.
How do you know he's on a gunpoint? Has
Because
he told you?
he was my baby.
Darling, run for your life if he says leave.
What's one thing women misunderstand about men in relationships?
I think sometimes we tend to think that men love the fact that we control relationships.
Wow.
We think that a man wants you to plan everything.
We think they want us to save the situation.
Yes. And men get bored with that. You strip off his power.
I see.
So I think it's a misunderstanding that people think, and I was there, whereby you control everything. You want to do shopping, you want to do everything. Like the man literally rests and gets out of the whole situation. And sometimes for us women, we're so emotional. We will go an extra mile and the man will rest. You say, our kid is sick. He's like, I gave you all the money, darling. And the man is finished. You will go everywhere. The man will sit down. When you let a man control, I think it makes them happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go to the next one.
What's a non-negotiable every woman should have before committing to a relationship?
Qualities of a man you want.
I see. Like you have them on paper.
You should, I mean, you don't show him on the paper, but you go on a date and you know the kind of man you want. Sometimes we fall in love without knowing the kind of man we want.
True.
So then we say, oh, I don't know what I love about this man, but
I just love,
no, honey, you need to know what you love about this man.
I just love him.
No. You have to know.
Okay. 9. If you could give your younger self one piece of relationship advice, what would it be? Can I go first?
Okay.
Can I help you? Fall in love with your brains, not with your heart. Yeah. It's a good one, right?
Okay. Okay. That's
So,
good. Fall in love with your brains. If I could give myself a relationship advice is be a woman and let the man be a man.
woo! Wow.
If you don't trust this man to be a man, then he's not a man, period. You don't have to think.
Yeah.
A man is meant to be a leader.
Yeah.
If you don't trust his leadership, he's not a man.
Whew. Wow, I love that.
Okay, what
I
else?
love that.
Is there another?
Finally, yes.
Okay.
What's the one thing that could completely change relationships in Africa if people embraced it?
I think Africa specifically, it's more like the women have learned, this women emancipation, equality and all that, has made us to think that we can control relationships.
Yeah.
It has made us saviors of relationships. And Christianity has made it even worse. We tend to be in a place where we want to save this relationship.
Yeah.
So we take up the room to be a man. Sit back, relax, be a woman.
Yeah, and at the same time, you're the woman and you're helping a man, and he's
Because the man is never going to be a woman.
exactly.
You're still going to be a man and still go and produce those kids and look after them and cook the meal.
Exactly.
So sit down and be a woman. If this person you're dating is not being a man, run for your life. There's no change. Jesus is not coming. The Spirit is not changing this man. Period. Thank you so much, Teddy, for coming and sharing your story. I feel like your story has been a mixture of laughing. I thought it would be sad, but it was so much of enjoying it. But we love to learn from what you've gone through.
Thank
All right,
you.
guys, thank you so much. If you feel this podcast rhymes with you or this content rhymes with you, feel free to subscribe and like and comment, and also leave a comment. If you can answer any of the questions we've asked, please leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here. Until next time, bye, ciao.